So I wanted to ask you, Mom, about, did you watch the Pine Ridge on ABC News?
I did.
Well, what did that make you feel?
I just think Pine Ridge is, I mean, every time you see something on TV or something in the paper, it's like the worst case scenario that you see. So when I seen it, it was like, you know, I just kind of felt like when non-Indians see that, then they think that every reservation, every family is like that family on Pine Ridge. There's 15 of us living in a trailer with no floor, you know. It just
The roof cave.
yeah, and it just kind of, you know, I feel good for the kids, and then I felt bad for what they went through, but I just like, you know, not all families, all Indian families are like that, and not all reservations are like Pine Ridge.
So what did you think that they need more? What movies have made you feel like showed us in a bad light?
A bad light?
Yeah.
I know everybody loves smoke signals, but I really don't like it. I thought it made us look stupid.
Just
I mean, I know like it's all about the theater, but you know, it just, to me it was like, it just, seeing those girls driving around in that car and just the way they talked and driving backwards, it's like, come on, really? That's not how, I've never seen that. I mean, that's not how Indians are. It's not.
I mean, it's funny, but
Yeah.
it kind of did bad for us.
And you know, I like it because, you know, that it in the entertainment part of it, it was funny, you know. There was some Indian humor in there that I liked, but the overall thing, I mean, I like the storyline between the girl and the guy's dad, but I didn't like the stupid little stuff, you know, the stereotypes that they did. Parts of it were good, parts of it.
So Caprice,
Yes.
what do you like about learning Ho Chunk?
I like it because I feel like some tribes ain't lucky like us, because some of them lost. My own teacher lost her language. Now they're trying to get it back. And it's sad because like we're so lucky. A lot of people don't know how lucky we are because we got our language. And one of my classroom went to Wisconsin for the Ho Chunk tournament. We ended up losing, but that still was a good trip, and it was still worth it. We went that far because we loved our Ho Chunk and we worked hard for it. And every day I just get up, pray, and then I go to school. We learn Ho Chunk, and we're trying to get it back because sometimes we forget it, but sometimes I don't get why or something. How could we forget it? I'm really good at my Ho Chunk, and I'm proud of myself that I know Ho Chunk.
Do you think you'll continue it when you're like in college?
Sadly to say no, probably not, but when I come back from college I'll probably start getting into Ho Chunk. And
So what do you think about, remember what I told you about what I was writing?
I don't really feel like it's really, I know like this may be not like the greatest thing to say, but I don't think it's really nice to do that to us because we're just like normal people. We're like human beings too. We're not just these people that like eat off of animals all the time and don't go to the city and wear buckskin dresses all the time. We say we're not we're normal people usually, because we still go to powwows, we go to religious meetings, and go into sweats and stuff like that. And like, it's just like you have this, your real religious life, and you got your normal life. And a lot of people think that we just have a religious life and like we don't live in houses, we live in teepees and stuff like that. I hate when people do that. And like they say like what you were telling me, like everyone thinks that we were the same thing as Pocahontas and stuff like that. We don't. Every tribe has a different way of clothing them. Like, we don't live in one big giant place and you say like, oh, that's where all the Indians live. There's Indians all around the world. And different kinds too. There's some that like live in the rainforest still, probably out there somewhere. And I'm actually trying to tell the people like how it was, like even the people who don't even go to sweats meetings or anything. Like I wanted to have this day. I wrote a letter to Nunkey Bird about it, but I guess we couldn't because that flood happened and Vegas wasn't going, so I guess it ain't gonna happen.
Explain what you wanted to do.
I wanted to have like everyone like in their family live in like a teepee for at least 2 days, I guess, without freaking out, and have like the kids, no electronics or anything like that, just living off the earth. But I guess it can't happen. But one day, the reason when it came to me was in a dream. I dreamed I went down to the track. I don't know why I wanted it at the track for some reason. I went down there and there were teepees up and I was wearing dresses and everyone was gone in the house. So I went down there and I went in every teepee here, found Bob, Grandma, and stuff like that. And then I woke up and I kept telling my grandma I wanted to happen so bad, so finally I had the urge to write a letter. She wrote me back and then I talked to her mostly a couple of times and figured it out. I went to a meeting with her with my Auntie Keats here. And I talked with her one of these days and she said, I'm sorry it can't happen and stuff like that. But I keep praying that let it happen because like, well now like the winter is coming and probably not. And the summer probably, I hope.
Do you just think how they had to survive back then?
In the winter.
And I wanted like kids to be making little dolls and stuff, and I wanted the little boys making little boats and stuff like that to play and stuff like that, and then the women would be like doing their stuff that they would be doing, the men would be like hunting and stuff like that, and it would be nice, it would be really nice, and I'd make it up.
So you guys think maybe we should be an example for other families?
To show them what it's really like, but still, I haven't think about it yet, because then they would say, oh, you guys are really Indians now, stuff like that.
Well, we could just do it, you know, for our kids, and for ourselves, to kind of teach us and remind us what our grandmas and grandpas had to go through, you know, to get us where we are. I mean, they could have easily left and went to Chicago and all these other places, but they stayed here, and they stayed here and want to